Hello everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. Alan Wade here, and this is the embroidery tunnel, the efficient way to use your equipment, to use your multi-needle machines to maximize their full capabilities. Thank you so much for joining in today, and today we're going to be embroidering an applique design that's going to go in the front of our workspace here to sell to customers. This is a WP applique design, and I'm going to show you guys how I do it and how you can do it too on your multi-needle embroidery machine. So let's get started, guys. In our embroidery tunnel, we have the Ricoma MT1501, the Ricoma EM1010, the Ricoma MT2002-8S, and last but not least, the Ricoma MT1502. Both of these are two-head machines, gets the job done really efficient. Single head machine, entry-level single head machine, can't go wrong with any of them. Tested and approved by your boy, yours truly. Once you get these things dialed in, they will be good to go. If you primarily want to focus on hats, you want to go with the heavy-duty MT1501. If you're just going to be doing shirts, sweatsuits, and stuff like that, you can go with the light-duty EM1010, guys. Use my Ricoma affiliate link down in the description below to purchase yours today, or to inquire to see on what type of financing you could qualify for to get one of these machines. Guys, these are the key machines that helped me get to where I am today. Dial them in and you will be gem mints. And when you want to take it to the next level, buy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these and you'll be making money like crazy, guys. Trust me. I did it and you can too. Right now, guys, we have our MT1501 set up to be used with our 13 by 16 inch mighty hoop. I've already put the bottom frame part on our hoop master station. We have some scissors and we have our sweatshirt that we're using right here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put some backing on our hoop master station right here. So I'm just gonna grab some cutaway stabilizer right here. I'm going to bring it up to my hoop master station. I'm gonna clip it in to the top part of the station. Right here, I'm gonna get my scissors, where I put those scissors, right here, and I'm gonna trim the bottom part of them, right? And I don't need to have the stabilizer going all the way across because I know my design is gonna be in the center right here. So now I'm just going to go ahead and trim my fabric right here. And that is sufficient, guys. And then I'm gonna clip it in at the bottom, clip it in. Now that we have this part situated, we're going to grab our crew neck right here and we're just going to drape it over our hoop master station right here, just like we were getting dressed, guys. Just drape it over there. I love this thing. It's so efficient. It's like you're dressing your son or your daughter or something like that. You just drape it over, and the hoop master station allows it to be in a great position so that you can see here's the center, and you drop your thing right down there, and it's so much easier to hoop than doing it manually and lay it on the floor or something like that, or on the table. So now I'm going to put my 13 by 16 hoop on, but this is the traditional way you put it on, with this clamp right here where the U is going down so it can go into the machine this way. But I want to hoop mine into the machine going from the bottom in so that the machine can articulate where the wide opening is of the bottom of my crew neck. So I'm going to hoop it the opposite direction than you typically would, because this right here, it would only be able to articulate the width of the neck. So I'm hooping mine upside down, so I'm just going to drop it on, and then now we're hooped up and ready to go. Just take this off and we can put it inside of our 1501. Before I put my crew neck onto the machine, I just want to check my bobbin to make sure I have enough bobbin for this job, and it appears as though that I do. I think that I do, so I'm just going to put this back inside here, and I'm going to put my crew neck into the machine. I'm going to turn it around like I said, and I'll show you guys exactly what I'm talking about right now. Now you guys see I'm going in with the bottom part of my crew neck, and I'm feeding it into the machine so that when the machine goes right to left, it's articulating based off of the big, large opening of the bottom of our crew neck right there, all right? So I'm just reaching in to make sure everything is clear. And the final step for this, before we get started on this applique design, is now that we have this hooped This way we have to flip our design on the screen of our MT1501 because it is going to embroider upside down. So let me show you how to do that. All right guys, you see the screen of our 1501 right here, and here's our design. We just want to flip that design upside down. So we're going to hit design set, and we're going to go right here to where it says that F right here. That F is symbolic of our design. So we're going to hit that, and then we're going to rotate it 180 degrees. See how that F is flipped upside down right here? So we're going to press the F that's flipped upside down. You also have options to mirror the F, so it flips it backwards, or you have options to flip the mirror, all right? But we're not going to do that. We're just going to rotate it 180 degrees so the design goes this way to upside down. So let me hit that button and watch how it flips. See how it's upside down now? Now it's going to embroider from the neck to the torso part. All right, see how it's in the machine right here? It's in the machine from the neck right here. This is the neck, and this is the torso. This is the waist. All right, so we just flipped it. Hope you guys get that. Easy peasy. So now that we got this part situated right here, the only thing left to do is, actually I can press start and go ahead and let it do the placement stitch, but I'm not going to do that yet because I got mine set to 1,000 stitches per minute. This is my first time doing this specific design, so I'm going to put it down to 800 stitches per minute and go ahead and let it embroider out the placement stitch. But before you let your machine embroider anything, you always want to trace your design out. So right now I'm going to go ahead and let the machine trace the design out. I'm going to lock my machine and then let it trace. All right, there we go. That's where it's going to put our design down right there. It's kind of high. I might lower it down a little bit, but this is a huge design. So actually what I might do is I might rehoop it and bring the design down a little bit because it's kind of far up on the neck area. So I'm just going to rehoop it and I'm going to bring the design down a little bit. I think it's up a little bit too high for my liking. All right, so let me do that real fast. On the Hoop Master Station, I'm going to take my Mighty Hoop right here. I'm going to put it on the inside, right? Just for reference, flip this down real fast. And right now I have 2 holes left, so I'm gonna bring it down all the way to those 2 holes right here and place it in the last 2 holes to use that whole area of the Hoop Master Station, because this design is huge. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys, this design is huge. Where is that hole? Trying to find that hole right there. And the one right here, that's a little crooked. Okay, that's even right there. Even Steven, is it? Yep, that's even. Screw that in and bring this top part, unscrew the back and bring this top part down, and then screw that back in, and that'll bring us nice and lower it down on our hoodie, on our sweatshirt right there. And I'll just redo that whole hooping situation right there, which is a breeze with the Hoop Master Station. It's no big deal at all. Placement, man, placement is everything. You got to get your stuff to look right. And in this case, I didn't like that the design was so close up on the neck. So I'm going to bring it down further, and the placement is going to be even better. See, we have a bunch of the hoodie, of the crew neck down below. So with this placement, it's going to let the design fall like around right here, right? And that's like 4 fingers down. So that'll be perfect for my liking, right? So, yep. So let me rehoop that and we can get started with tracing the design over again and see exactly where it's gonna fall. Once again, I'm going to go ahead and put that in upside down right there and just hoop it up right there in the center. We're good to go. All right, boom, we are good to go. Take that off and put it back in the MT1501. Now you guys see what I meant? Here's the neck right here. Now we're gonna trace and watch where it traces. All right, it's significantly lower on that neckline. This design is really huge. So we wanna make sure, yeah, this is a huge design. So we wanna make sure it falls right on the garment. Too close to the neck, it's not gonna look right, but this is perfect, all right? I could do a contour trace, but it's really not necessary. I got my colors picked out. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and hit start so we can go ahead and put down that placement stitch, all right? It's doing it in black thread. And this is exactly where I need to put my fabric, all right? Got that right there. All right. Now that my machine is done but with the placement stitch, I'm just going to frame it out real fast. Be careful when you're framing out your machine. Just give it a little bit of support. And I'm going to go ahead and grab my applique fabric that I'm going to put on this design. And I'm just going to go ahead and drape it over the top of the design right here. As you guys can see, this is real big, so I'm going to cut it down to size real fast. I'm just going to measure it by eye. All right, so boom. It's going to come across the top right here, eyeball it, and I'm using the top of the mighty hoop to go ahead and kind of give me a point of reference to where I'm cutting. All right, and I think that should be far enough. So I'm just going to cut down right here, and that should cover the entire design. All right, typically you would have this ready already, but I didn't, but it's okay. All right, so boom, there's our design right here. I'm just going to go ahead and lay that down. And I'm going to frame back in and start my design. All right, let me frame in. All right. Now I'm going to hit start. Here we go. I think in digitizing, I'm going to go ahead and change it over to a simple running stitch, because this tack down stitch is like a super tack down stitch. It's like a double tack down. So I think I might change it a little bit, adjust it a little bit in digitizing, guys. All right, so the tack down part of our design is done. I'm just going to take our design totally out, put it down on the table over here, and we're going to trim. Let me show you how we trim. All right, so let me show you guys how I trim my applique designs. I have several pairs of scissors that I like to use. These are quote-unquote applique scissors. They have this little neck right here. I have no idea what it's good for. You guys can tell me in the comments down below. But I use these. I mainly use these, and to get in nice and close to some corners, I use these, right? I alternate between, depends on what I need. I always pretty much start off with these because they cut nice and easy, and you basically want to cut everywhere you see a line on the outside. You got to get in here and cut this. Everywhere where you see a line, you're just going to cut it, all right? So let me just get in here, and I'm just going to start cutting real close as possible without trimming your tack down stitch. All right, so boom, right there. You want to get it nice and close. All right, and you can just twist this around, but make sure you are not moving your hoop the way you have it hooped in. Make sure you're not moving that at all, because you don't want to pull the fabric so that it shifts from this point or that point or any of the four corners. You don't want your fabric to shift. You want to stay in the same exact position that it's in right here. So you got to be real careful when you're doing these trims. All right, don't pull on your fabric too much or any of that. Just trim as close as possible to the applique. All right, so this is a tedious process right here, especially for this design. Something like this, something that'll be good for this design is like a laser. Right, so see, this is a real small portion of it, so I'm going to get in nice and close with these little small scissors right here, and then I can get around that corner right there, and I can keep it going. All right, that's what the little small scissors are for. Get those little small corners. All right, that's what I like to use those for. Twist it around again. A lot of little twists in this design right here, so a laser would be good for pre-cutting this out. Get some tackle twill or something. But for some reason, I'm in love with using this this material right here, because this felt, it gives it a nice winter type of full type of puffy effect, and that's why I like using this felt right here. All right, it creates a nice texture on your applique design, so I love to use it. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and finish cutting this out, and guys, I'll be right back. You could go ahead and use these the whole time because they work really well, but you know, I'm just showing you guys the different scissors that are out there that you can use. All right, not limited to these that I showed you either, because basically you use whatever works for you. Don't let anybody tell you, oh, those are not the proper scissors. Guess what? If they work for you, they're the proper scissors for the job. All right, if you're getting the job done, then it's the proper tool for the job, period. Don't let anybody tell you you're supposed to. You're supposed to because what you got to remember is a man invented these rules, right? A man just like yourself invented these rules. So if a man invented the rules, then a man can perfect, change, or build on the rules that were in place, right? You can build on your rules and make new rules. You can build on your rules and improve and make things more efficient, make things better for everybody. And you know, and rules are meant to be improved on, guys. It's a guideline, it's a baseline to get started. All right, that's the way I look at rules. It's good to know the rules, but if you have a better system or a system that works for you, it might not even be better. It might just work for you because that's the way you function, right? Hey, you know the rules, but guess what? Just because those are rules, this works better for me. So don't let anybody tell you how to do something, because that following those rules might not work for you. And if it doesn't work for you, then you need to do it in a way that works for you so that you can get the job done. If the end product is the same or just as good, then the rules, how you go about doing it, might not matter. Now, if the end product is crappy, and you're missing steps, and you know, somebody is telling you to do that for a specific reason, right? Like the thing might be upside down, or you know, or because you hooped it a certain way, it might not, the thing might embroider wrong or something like that, then that's one thing. But you know, use your better judgment, guys. All right. All right, here we go, guys. We got our design cut out to the best of our ability. Could be a little bit better, but sometimes a little bit better doesn't really matter as long as we got the general purpose or the general shape of things. So let's put this back in our machine and let's go ahead and wrap this thing up. Let's do it. All right, like I said, we're going bottom in first, and this right here is kind of like a test, guys. All right, so we might switch up the colors a little bit. We might do little things different, but I'm just gonna go ahead and roll with what I got right now, and we'll see how this thing comes out. All right, so we didn't frame out, so we don't need to frame back in. Only thing we need to do is press start. Let me get you guys in nice and close so you guys can see the applique as it starts. So this is the general area right here. This is the plate right here. So this is the area where the design is going to be stitching out, and the hoop articulates around this right here. This is the center right here that the hoop articulates around that. So guys, I'm going to press start on the machine, and I want you guys to know something, man. You guys see this, right? You guys see this, right? See the intricacy of this? Let me focus a little bit so you guys can get the full understanding of what's going on here, all right? You guys see that, right? You guys see how crisp that is, right? If you're watching a YouTuber, right? If you have a boss, if you have a coach, a trainer, and your trainer is doing things for you, and they've been doing things for you for a long time, over the years, and they're not stepping their game up, then you really need to reevaluate the people that you're watching and the people that you're following. Because if you're leading somebody, if you're coaching somebody, if you're showing somebody how to do something, it is your job to level up your game to show people some growth. If you're not showing people some growth, then what are you doing, right? Don't you guys want to see the next level? Don't you guys want to see people grow? Don't you guys want to see the potential of what could happen, right? I know I do. So if you're watching people and they're staying on the same level, you don't see them elevating, you don't see their workshop growing, it's okay to still watch them, but just listen to what they're saying. And if they're not giving you any valuable information, like, this is why my workshop isn't growing, or this is why my business is not growing, that'll be valuable information for you to hear if you're trying to have a successful business. Valuable information is being told why somebody else's business is not working so that you won't make those same mistakes, right? That's valuable information. But if they're fronting like their business is growing and they're doing great and all that stuff, but you're not seeing any growth in the business, I encourage you to start like reevaluating things, man. Reevaluating who you're following, reevaluating what they're doing, reevaluating, you know, start asking them some questions, man. Start asking them some real hard, valuable questions. Like, what are you doing? Like, you know, you've been showing me this for 5 to 6 years now, and you're still showing me the same thing, or I'm not seeing anything new. To these people's defense, maybe they might not want to do anything different, right? Maybe they don't want to grow, right? And that's okay for some businesses, because some businesses specialize in one thing. Let me get you guys a different angle here. It's boring. Here you go. How you like that? All right. So yeah, like I was saying, maybe they might not want to grow. Maybe they like where they're at. And there's nothing wrong with that, because some people are perfectly fine where they're at. And there's nothing wrong with that. But what I'm going to say is that, like, you know, what about you? What do you want out of your business? Where do you want to be? How far do you want to take this? If you want to take it far, maybe you need to consider, you know, watching somebody who is showing some growth, or paying attention to some people who are doing the things that you aspire to do, right? That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying anybody is doing anything. Let me crank this baby up a little bit, get this thing moving a little faster. 900, put on 900 stitches per minute. That's all I'm saying, guys. Just I don't know, just pay attention. That's all. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, guys. I'm trying to hurt nobody up here. Aspire to be great, guys. Aspire to be great. Aspire to be great. And aspire to show people your greatness so that you can really motivate them, right? If you're not showing somebody greatness, then how can you motivate them? How can you... I digress, guys. I digress. Just about finishing up this design right here. You're going to see that it slows down and then it stops when it gets to the end, and we're going to take it out and check out what we got, guys. I think it, judging by the way it looks really good, really shiny, really nice. And that's it. We're all done this design right there, and that's what the machine does when it's done. That's it. Let's take it out and check it out. Man, this looks so good. This looks so good. Man, look at this. Man, this thing looks good. It's neat. It's crazy nice. Crazy nice. Look at this thing, guys. Of course, we're going to flip it inside out and take the back end, trim the back end, but look what we got so far. Look what we got. West Philadelphia. That's West Philadelphia High. This thing is official. Look at the placement. I'm so glad I lowered that down. Look at this. Man, I just turned a $17 Gildan crew neck, $14, whatever it is, into what? You name the price. In the comments down below, you name the price. In the comments down below, you name the price. Let me know. Let me know. What did I do? What should we sell this for? Right? You got the felt fabric, then you got that nice thick satin stitch going around there. Quality. And that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel so you can see more content like this, and don't forget to share the video out with your friends. If you like the format that we're doing the video, then let me know in the description, in the comments rather, down below, and I'll keep on making the videos in this type of style to give you some nice clean aesthetics. Let me know what you think. Just trying something different, trying to be more aesthetically pleasing and to make these videos more enjoyable to you. Thank you so much for watching once again, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.
Turn up that, crank it up. Why listen to the rest when you're rocking with the best, baby? This right there, this right there.